I do have my audio muted, or Adam Silver is going to take me to jail. Just a nice little dime to Dyson Daniels. I've been really impressed by Jalen Johnson as a passer. I didn't realize that he was such a great playmaker. Jalen just gets it back, fakes the screen, comes back off. Then there's dancing this little fadeaway over Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid isn't as great at moving his feet as he used to be, but Jalen Johnson takes advantage and gets into his easy little fall away. Brings the ball all the way up the court. That's just a great little teardrop. Jalen just running out on the break. He's an amazing athlete. He's had trouble staying healthy, but it seems like his shoulder is better now. He's had a plethora of injuries throughout his NBA career, but his shoulder was just a nice pull up from three. With that shoulder injury, it had been troubling him, but it seems like he's getting more healthy. Jalen's an incredible athlete, just behind the back. I think that was Nickeil Alexander-Walker that passed him the ball. Yeah, Nickeil's been amazing for the Hawks so far this season. And Jalen with the crush. Just a nice feed to Dyson Daniels. Jalen Johnson has really good basketball IQ and really good court vision. So it's nice to see him healthy to kind of show off all these skills he has. Strong take, little lefty sweeping hook there over Barlow, I believe that was. Nickeil Alexander-Walker with a dime to Jalen Johnson. That was Paul George too. Jalen Johnson just bullied Paul George for the lefty finish. And Paul George, he's a bit older now, but he's still a pretty strong defender. And he's just a big, strong dude in general. Another three in the corner. We're already in overtime. This game went to double overtime if you weren't able to see it. Just a great little feed to Dyson Daniels for a little floater in the corner. This is the end of that first overtime. Just knocks down the clutch free throw. It was 0.3 seconds left, so if he missed that one, they would pretty much have lost the game right there. Alexander Walker's been so great. Pass by Nickeil to the open three for Jalen Johnson. And just another open three. Just a terrible breakdown defensively. Jalen's shooting over 40% from three. So far this season, I think he was around 35, 36% last season. So he's just showing leaps in his game. Nice little Euro step in the feed down low to Dyson Daniels again. They're establishing some pretty good chemistry, pretty good little two-man game with Dyson Daniels and Jalen Johnson out there. The main concern with Jalen Johnson so far for his career, he's 24 years old, I believe now, but it's just been all of his injuries and not being able to stay healthy out there. But when he is healthy, he just looks amazing out there. He's been looking really good. For this past month, to be honest, this is going to be, it's basically December 2021 right here. Kind of goes through all of his injuries up until right here. So that's November 11th, and he's been healthy. Been healthy since then, thankfully, but he just had an illness back then. He has an ankle, concussion, another ankle, a foot injury, hamstring injury, wrist injury, a couple more ankles. None of those lower body injuries were anything extremely serious or anything horrible. These are mostly just ankle sprains, another leg injury. This is the real one, the shoulder injury right here. I forgot exactly what it was with his shoulder, but you see here, just over and over, it's not like he was injuring his shoulder multiple times. You're getting a bunch of different injuries on the shoulder, but it was just that same injury just flaring up again and again. And it seems like, this was back in July. So since July 2025, he hasn't had any shoulder stuff pop back up again. This is an ankle injury, a thigh injury, but he's been keeping the shoulder healthy, and that was really the main thing that had been holding Jalen Johnson back so far in his early career. So that's nice to see. It seems like he's getting that shoulder injury behind him and getting healthy to be out there and play some awesome basketball. If we see here, here's the 25-26 season. He's played all 20 games, so again, that's great to see him getting healthy out there and being able to play in all the games so far. If y'all see, I mean, his rookie season, 2022, he played 22 games. He had some injury troubles. Then he played 70 games his 2023 season, so things were looking good. Then he plays 56 and 24, only the 36 in that 2025 season. And y'all saw that's when the shoulder injury was flaring up and flaring up again and again. So it's good to see him get that behind him. And now he's played all 20 games so far this season. He's playing 35 minutes per game, and he's just been amazing out there, to be honest. 23 points a game, the 10 rebounds, 7 assists. He has given you a steal and a half, so he's really strong defensively as well. He plays the passing lanes really well. Jalen's 6'8", I think like 220 pounds. You saw the play where he bullied Paul George getting inside, so he can use his frame and his strength to play really good team defense. He's great in the passing lanes. He's really good as a one-on-one defender. He has enough size to defend the mid post and switch up and guard some of the smaller power forwards down there in the post at least. He's 79% from the free throw line, which is up from last season. He's 41% from three, so that's honestly amazing. He was only shooting 31% from three last season. And again, he only played 36 games last season, so he never had any real rhythm. He couldn't play like back-to-back games or play a good sample size of games to actually establish his three and get comfortable shooting the three. But I mean, y'all see in this 2024 season, he was shooting 35% from three in a 56 game sample size. Is he a 41% shooter from three? I don't know if he's quite that good of a shooter. He's taking 4 attempts per game. I think he's probably 37, 38%, or probably finish around there once the season's over. But I mean, I hope he can stay over 40%. Bro's only 24 years old, so I can see him developing into a 40% or higher three-point shooter as his career goes on. Most of his threes aren't self-created. You saw the pass from Dyson Daniels for the corner three. Nickeil Alexander-Walker had another great assist for him for another three ball. So it's not like he's dancing into his own three-point looks. They're more created from other teammates, which is fine. And then he's shooting 54% from the field, which is pretty spectacular in 15 attempts. 54% for a small forward, power forward style player is really, really good. And Jalen Johnson, he plays a lot out on the perimeter as well, so that's amazing for a perimeter player. All right, somebody making a comparison. You know, who would you rather have between Paolo Banchero and Jalen Johnson? And I feel like it's starting to get pretty close now. Paolo is 6'10", 250. He's a bit bigger player because Jalen Johnson, he's like 6'8", 220. So he's still a bigger dude, but not quite as big as Paolo Banchero. But Paolo so far, Paolo's averaging 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's 46% from the field, 25% from three, 76% from the free throw line. So Paulo's three-point shooting is the most concerning thing. Paulo's 24 years old as well, and he hasn't really developed his three ball, honestly, at all so far since he came into the NBA. So Jalen Johnson, he's shooting 40% from three, actually 41%. The 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 23 points. So just amazing stats he's putting up so far. I don't think I would take him over Paolo so far because Paolo did average 26 points just last season. So, you know, it's a tough one. I'd probably say Paolo at this point, but Paolo loves to just dance into his mid-range jumper and take not poor quality mid-range shots, but he's such a big physical dude. He can get better looks in the post, but he gets so comfortable, you know, dancing into those long mid-range jumpers, where Jalen Johnson seems to work himself into better shots on the court and get more high-quality offense than Paolo Banchero is able to get. One more thing for Atlanta Hawks fans, if you are an Atlanta Hawks fan, I personally haven't had a lot of chances to watch Atlanta Hawks games. With the way Jalen Johnson is playing now, I'm going to be sure to make some time to watch some full Atlanta Hawks games and really see how Jalen Johnson looks throughout a full Atlanta Hawks game. But I'd be curious to see what Atlanta fans, non-Atlanta fans, just everyone in the basketball world is thinking now with how Jalen Johnson is playing. What people are thinking about Trae Young, should the Hawks keep Trae Young? People are going to say the Hawks look better without Trae Young. They should trade Trae Young just because the Hawks look better in this small sample size. I don't so much agree with if a team's playing better without their best player, that team is better not having their best player in the lineup. I'm a Spurs fan. Victor Wembanyama's been missing for the past 7 games. The Spurs are 5-2 in those games, and everybody fucking knows that the Spurs aren't better with Victor Wembanyama. I don't really think the Hawks are better without Trae Young per se, but they've been playing really, really good without him. And Trae Young is a giant liability defensively, but he's going to give you probably fucking 25 points and 12 assists on offense. So it's a tough decision for the front office to make and just the Atlanta organization to make as a whole. I have heard Trae Young's names in a lot of trade rumors, probably the last 2 years or so. So I'm kind of curious to see what goes on with Trae Young in the Atlanta Hawks organization. But Jalen Johnson's been amazing out there. He's only 24. It's great to see that he seems to have put that shoulder injury behind him. He's played all 20 games this season, so hopefully he can play 75 plus games. We can really see what kind of player Jalen Johnson is. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 seasons to start out his career, he's been injury prone pretty much all of them except his second season where he played 70 games. So that was only 15 minutes per game. So that's kind of an asterisk on there. But yeah, he's looking a little more healthy out there, and I'm excited to see Jalen Johnson and the Hawks team now that he seems to be able to stay healthy more than he was, this past season. But please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you think about Jalen Johnson because I feel like he's looking amazing so far, and I'm curious to see what Atlanta wants to do with Trae Young, if they want to trade him and build around Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson's an amazing dime dropper as well. He's averaging 7 assists per game. He just had 14 assists probably 2 or 3 games ago, so you can kind of run Jalen Johnson as the hub and run offense through Jalen Johnson. You could probably make him your number one option, to be honest, and just further develop him. But it's kind of the next thing for Atlanta to see what way they want to go with Trae Young. But please like and subscribe. We'll see y'all later. Peace.